evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hornets Hockey Network, the one place you always go when you're craving some Hornets hockey. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer Fu-Mei Tung, and we're back in the barn for tonight's exciting matchup as the Mohawk Valley Jugglers take on your FM Hornets. Now, as we head to our scouting report, we'll see how this season has treated, or rather mistreated, these two teams. Unfortunately, neither of these teams has had much of a season to remember, as Mohawk Valley enters this arena lacking a single win this season, their record standing at a dismal 0-16-1. But the Hornets haven't fared much better, as their record sits at 4-12. Last time these two went head-to-head was earlier this season, back in December, where this very young Hornets team was able to beat out these Mohawk Valley Jugglers 4-2. Golden Ives had quite the night that game, scoring 2 of the Hornets' 4 goals. Even with the victory early in the season, this Hornets team had a ways to go. They have faced defensive woes since day one of this season, but they have improved where they could. While not yet to a satisfactory standard, their improvements have been made known. But nonetheless, their defensive woes still rear their ugly head from time to time. The question now then, can the Mohawk Valley Jugglers capitalize on the holes within the Hornets? On the flip side, we know well that a number of these Hornets can score a goal or two. Names such as Jonas Osterley, Joey Leveroni, and Golden Ives have been known to grace the score sheet with their presence. But even more recently, players like Nico Capriati, Connor McDonald, and Jack Lalick have been making their presence felt on the ice. The younger players of the FM Hornets have come out and stepped up their game over the course of this season. But let's head down towards ice level, where we can see how exactly they've gotten on this season. On Mohawk Valley's end, at the top sits senior forward, number 23, Nick DeRizzo, having scored 8 goals and 4 assists this season. With those goals and a total of 12 points, he leads the Jugglers in points and in goals. In terms of assisting those goals, it's freshman forward, number 3, Sean Graziano, who leads the team with 7 assists to his name. And with a goal to go with it, he stands third in the points tally for Mohawk Valley. Splitting the two, however, would be senior forward, number 19, Jaden Lawrence. He's got about an even split when it comes to goals and assists, with 4 goals and 5 assists, bringing his points total to 9, in which he sits second. Between the pipes, it's sophomore goaltender, number 31, Noah Neurolis, who the Jugglers have depended on for most of this season. He's faced 531 shots over the course of it, and in making 447 saves, he's earned himself a save percentage of .842. Buzzing over to the Hornets now, and it's our usual 2 suspects at the top of the sheets. Leading in points is sophomore forward, number 10, Joey Leveroni. He's scored 5 goals and assisted 7 times for a total tally of 12. With those 7 assists, he also leads the assist tally for the Hornets. Can he add to those numbers here tonight? We'll have to find out. Just behind him, though, is a force that the Hornets have had in their arsenal all season, and that's senior forward, number 6, Jonas Osterley. He currently leads the goal tally with 8 to his name, helped along by 2 hat tricks this year. With an additional assist to add on, his points total comes to 9, not far off from Leveroni. But backing up these Hornets is a force all his own, and he's shown his net-minding prowess all season, keeping the Hornets in games against much bigger opponents. I talk, of course, about sophomore goaltender number 31, Chris Finger. He currently leads all of Section 3 in shots faced, having seen an astronomical 717 shots just this year. But he's made sure to make a save or two as he goes, and he's made 641 saves this season, totaling up to a save percentage of .894. But all that's just stats, and it's about time we see some real action out on that ice. The first to face off, I'll tell you them now because it's time for your starting lineups. Starting in goal for the Mohawk Valley Jugglers is number 31, Noah Neurolis. Starting at defense is number 26, Lucian Thompson. Also at defense is number 20, Mason Jacobs. Starting at forward, number 23, Nick DeRizzo. Also starting forward, number 12, Logan Dinetto. Lastly, starting at forward is number 19, Jaden Lawrence. And now, the starting lineup for your FM Hornets. Starting in goal, number 31, Chris Finger. Starting at defense, number 12, Charlie Lorraine. Also at defense, number 17, Teddy Smart. Also starting at forward, number 11, Will Sanzone. Also starting forward, number 9, Michael LaDuke. And last but not least, starting at forward, number 8, Connor McDonald. The boys are buzzing in the barn as we get set for tonight's matchup. Who will leave this Coliseum victorious? Will Mohawk Valley juggle their chances and come out with win number 1? Or will the Hornets swarm these jugglers and see through their foolish act? All that and more will be determined here tonight. And the one and only place to catch all the action is here on the Hornets Hockey Network. It's round 2 of Jugglers versus Hornets as we get set for game time. And after a quick jog around to do some opening lineups here, it's time we play some hockey here in the Coliseum. As we get set for the opening face-off, one goalie's ready, two are ready, we are ready. And the puck is dropped in as one back by Mohawk Valley to the D-man. He goes to DDD with it. Coming up the boards, now he dumps it into the zone, blocker down by Chris Finger. Charlie Lorraine going for it there, and so does Connor McDonald. But Mohawk Valley taking it towards the center there, puts a shot on, but it goes into traffic, and Charlie Lorraine will come out with it. Facing some pressure back there from number 12, Logan DeNitto, goes right to the front, scores. And Mohawk Valley are the first ones to put one up on the board. Less than 30 seconds into this game here. Mohawk Valley already have a 1-goal lead. Let's hope that this puts a fire under these Hornets here. Because as I said in the preview here, they were able to beat Mohawk Valley earlier this year with this same team. And as I said, Mohawk Valley have yet to win a game. So you'd be sure that they'd be motivated to win. Brady Moore going in for it there as number 5, Lucas Cornish, comes out with it. He passes it on to the boards. And they'll dump it out of their own zone. Number 21, Alex Tellerico, he goes in for it. He has it in the corner, trying to get it towards the center there. But Walker Thompson denies him. It goes up to Brady Moore there. He chips it off the boards, and he's able to get it out of the zone, sending it over towards the center, where number 22, Gavin Patnode, he puts a shot on, but it goes into the corner off the skates of Lucas Cornish. Coming back around, sending it towards the center there, but nothing to come of it except for Charlie Lorraine keeping it in. Nico Capriati behind the net there, isn't able to get it. Joey Leveroni will send it back to him. Coming out, Phil Leveroni, shot! And it doesn't go. Goes over the net into the corner. Charlie Lorraine will keep it in, and he will keep it in a second time. As Leveroni will go back into that corner, facing with Lucas Cornish there. Jonas Osterley with it there, sending it towards the center, but no shot will come of it, as Mohawk Valley will take it out of their own zone. But here comes Colton Knives with it, trying to get it over for Jonas Osterley, but Joey Leveroni with it now in the neutral zone. He's able to dump it in. But Lucas Cornish will get it back again, getting it over for number 25, Trevor Dzidic. Joey Leveroni with it on the board, sends it over for Ives. Ives coming through the neutral zone, gets it over the red line, and he'll dump it in. And they will go to change. Mohawk Valley, meanwhile, getting over towards the FM bench there. Coming off the bench there was Dimitri Sergeev. He'll take that puck into the Mohawk Valley zone. They'll try to get it back out. He goes over towards Drew Fitz there, but nothing is able to come of it. Mohawk Valley, courtesy of Nick Matza, they're able to handle up the boards and just get it out of their own zone. Coming into Hornets end now. Charlie Lorraine with it, coming up the boards. He's out of his own zone, through the neutral zone, into the Mohawk Valley end, sending it towards the center, but nothing will come of it. He'll get it back behind the net there. But Mohawk Valley will possess it and trying to get it out of their own zone. Off the glass there, they're able to get it up for Jaden Lawrence. He'll come across, almost pickpocketed there by Walker Thompson. He was careful enough not to trip him. And Charlie Lorraine will send it around the corner there. But number 26, Lucian Thompson, he'll send it way back into him. Lorraine off the boards there. Mohawk Valley's able to intercept it and put it back into the corner. They'll send it all the way back around for Lucian Thompson. He gets some pressure put on him by Drew Fitz, and they're able to get it out of the zone there. But the Hornets will go for a change, and Mohawk Valley will regroup it freely. Getting it up on the net there of Chris Finger. He chooses to cover it, not wishing to make any risks here. .23 left to go in the first period. 1-0 is the score to Mohawk Valley after they're able to put it in the net less than 30 seconds into the game. Mohawk Valley possessing it over towards the top of the circles, though. Jonas Osterley is able to get it over towards the boards and out of the zone, but Mohawk Valley will send it right back in to where it started, and Chris Finger will cover it as it comes to his net. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. One back by the Hornets to Gavin Patno there. He tried to get it up the boards, but it went off of Mohawk Valley juggler. They'll get it off the boards there. Mohawk Valley will keep it in just about there. Golden Knives isn't able to knock it free. Gavin Patno will go into the corner of it. Mohawk Valley gets it back, shoots it, and it goes wide of the net and behind. Walker Thompson trying to come out with it here. Jonas Osterley's in there to help him. Osterley will come out with it the other side. Coming up the ice now. Makes it around one. He goes towards the net, but he's not able to catch it. Tried to send it towards the center, but nobody was there to catch it. Joey Lavaroni coming back in, sending it up for Osterley. Osterley trying to take his shot, but it goes into the corner. Patno now with a shot. It goes wide. All the way over to Walker Thompson. He'll be not able to keep it in. As Mohawk Valley trying to get it up the ice here. They do, but the Hornets deny them. It'll go back just into Mohawk Valley zone. They'll get it over to the other boards, but Joey Lavaroni, he will send it in. And it will avoid putting the stick on that puck. And Connor McDonald's taking advantage of it. He's not able to capitalize as it goes back to Teddy Smart right there in the center circle. Smart with it now near the blue line. He puts it up. But Mohawk Valley put it right back towards him. Charlie Lorraine coming in with it now. Into Mohawk Valley's end. Looking for a shot. He doesn't take much of a shot. It goes over the net. McDonald sending it towards the center where Sanzone shoots, and it's saved by Noah Narolis. Face off to the right of Noah Narolis. Face off one to the side by Mohawk Valley. They'll get it over to the other side here. And that's a stoppage of play here. I believe that would be called an offsides. After Charlie Lorraine sent that back into the zone. Face off in front of the Jugglers bench. One to the side there and forward by the Hornets. The number 27, Luke Williams, he'll get it off the boards, but it goes to the stick of Gavin Patno. He faces some pressure there from Sean Graziano. He'll get it off the boards, and the icing is waved off as, as the Hornets go in behind the net there. But Mohawk Valley is able to come out with it. They'll get it over to the sideboards towards the net here, but it goes to the stick of Gavin Patno. He comes around the net here, sending it over for Brady Moore. But they're not able to do much with it. Sending it back to Walker Thompson. He'll look over his options. Facing some pressure, though, from Logan DeNitto. Behind that net, he's really looking to take that puck from him. But it goes back to Mohawk Valley. Shot, and it goes wide. They try to get it back towards the center there, but it goes on the back of the net. We'll get it up for Brady Moore, but it gets stuck in some feet. It will go out of the FM zone. But Mohawk Valley will regroup. And the high stick is waved off there as that Mohawk Valley player was able to redirect it down. But that right there will be an icing with 10:04 left to go in the first period. And the faceoff will go all the way back down to the zone of the FM Hornets and to the left of Chris Finger. Winning it back is Mohawk Valley. Defense takes a shot, but it goes through traffic, and it'll go wide rather slowly there. Charlotte Lorraine sending it around the boards here. Mohawk Valley will keep it in, courtesy of Lucas Cornish. But with it now is Caden Livesey. He's able to get it out of the zone there, but Mohawk Valley, in trying to get it back into the Hornets' end, will cause a stoppage of play for an offsides call. Bit of a stoppage here. We will continue in front of the Hornets bench. Mohawk Valley will win it back, but Joey Lavaroni is up to take it away. He'll put a shot on, and it's saved by Noah Narolas, and it goes behind the net. Leveroni will cycle it for Jonas Osterley. Not much is able to come of that play. Gets it back to Osterley. Osterley looking towards the center, but nobody's there to capitalize on it, and Mohawk Valley will get it out of the zone there, courtesy of Jaden Lawrence. Coming in, shot, and it goes wide. All the way around there and out of the zone. Oh, and a big shot there from number 23 of the Mohawk Valley Jugglers, Nick DeRizo. Went right into the stomach there of Colton Ives. He was reeling from that one. Seems he's all right. He's still going hard. Mohawk Valley getting it back into the Hornets' end, but a bit too early. That will be an icing. .8:51 left to go in this first period of play. 1-0 is the score in favor of Mohawk Valley. Face off one to the side by Mohawk Valley, but the Hornets will get it behind the net. Aiden Shaver with it, sending it towards the center, but nobody's able to capitalize on that. Mohawk Valley will take it out once again. Coming down, 2-on-1 shot, and it goes off the toe of Chris Finger up into the netting. Or what limited netting this Toyota Coliseum has. Nonetheless, that will be a stoppage of play and a face-off to the left of Chris Finger and the Hornets' end. Hornets winning it to the side. Gavin Pano trying to get it off the boards there. Michael LeDuc, though, will come out with it, sending it over for Connor McDonald. McDonald will jump it into the corner. Mohawk Valley trying to get back out of their own zone with it. Will Sanzone and Connor McDonald are able to keep it in. They send it to the other side, and it goes out. Gavin Patnode will pick it up in the Hornets' end, sending it off the boards there for Will Sanzo. Sanzo trying to get it over for McDonald. The Mohawk Valley will put that down the ice. Now will be an icing. .8:05 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Noah Narolis in the Mohawk Valley zone. Hornets win it back, try to get a shot off backhand there from Charlie Lorraine. But Mohawk Valley will work to get it out of the zone there. Nick Sergeev is unable to keep it in the zone. And as such, that will be an offsides call as they tried to bring it back into the end. Face-off one back by the Hornets. Nick Sergeev trying to make something happen with it along the boards. He does. It'll go deep into the Mohawk Valley zone. Number 26, Lucian Thompson, he sends it around. And Mohawk Valley will work to get it out. But Nick Sergeev stops it at the blue line. This time at least, and a big hit there from Colton Ives. And Joey Leveroni will have it in the corner. Looking towards the center there. Narolis puts it back into there. And Mohawk Valley will gain possession, looking to get it out of their own zone. Off the boards there. Nick Sergeev is unable to keep it in this time. Mohawk Valley will regroup, sending it through the neutral zone here. But Charlotte Lorraine is unable to get it around number 4, Eden Tellerico. He gets it now off a pass, coming up the boards. Getting it just into Mohawk Valley zone. He dumps it in. Brady Moore with it. Looking over his options, he sends it over to the other corner. Mohawk Valley sending it back into the corner where it came from. And they will get it out of the zone there. Jack Lalick will possess it, coming around the circle. Up the boards into the end of Mohawk Valley. He dumps it in and goes to chase it himself. Almost picking it up, I should say, behind the net. Walker Thompson will keep it in. Looking towards the center. But it goes back to him off a skate there. Lalick will shoot, and a save by Noah Narolis as Mohawk Valley try to get him to cover. We'll get it on the boards. Patnode will keep it in. Just barely, though. Lalick will send it deeper. Capriati sends it towards the center, and no shot will come off as Mohawk Valley gain possession and get it out of their end. Coming up the boards there, Dalton Eisenhut. Now Nick DeRizo dumping it in. Walker Thompson will go get it. Lalick looking over his options. Sending almost up the boards there as he loses some balance. Mohawk Valley will just possess it for a couple seconds. Nico Capriati is able to get it out of the zone there. He's coming up the boards. Mohawk Valley, unfortunately, stopping him at the top of the circles there. Will Sandzone getting it across the blue line. Will dump it back in. Mohawk Valley trying to get it out once again. Jaden Lawrence putting in some effort on the boards there. Gavin Patno took a shot, but it went wide. Off the goal into the corner. Lorraine taking a shot, but it goes off of traffic. Patno will come back in and try to put one on. He'll instead dump it into the corner. Connor McDonald coming out with it after facing some pressure from two. Trella Lorraine with it. Shot! And it goes wide. Gavin Patno keeping it in. McDonald with it now. Sends it towards the center for Capriati. He's unable to get a stick on it. And Trella Lorraine will come across the blue line, walking it in. And he's unable to get a shot off as the Mohawk Valley defense is just too much for him. He sends it back in again, and it's saved by Noah Narolis. .442 left to go in this first period of play. FM will win it forward, courtesy of Jonas Ostley looking over his options. Sends it towards the center. Golden Knives is unable to get a good shot off. And Mohawk Valley will get it just out of their own zone. Walker Thompson with it now, facing some pressure from Alex Tellerico. He takes the puck, shoots it, and it goes way wide of the net and behind. Over to the other boards there. Mohawk Valley is able to keep it in. And they keep it on the boards. Coming out with it, though, is Jonas Osterley. Up the center of the ice. Sending it over for Joey Leveroni on his wing. Sends it towards the Osterley there. He's unable to get a shot off. And Mohawk Valley will send that way down. And that will be an icing. .3:59 left to go in this first period of play. The FM Hornets are out shooting the Mohawk Valley Jugglers. They're just unable to find Twine at this time. But with the first line on the ice, you wonder what can happen. FM winning it to the side. Jonas Osterley facing some pressure there, some double pressure. Goes down behind the net for Joey Leveroni. He'll come out with it, shoots it, save made. And it goes back into the corner. Mohawk Valley will get it. Up the boards there. They get it just out of their own zone. Charlotte Lorraine there losing his balance. Looking around. Loses the puck there. It's in the FM Hornets end. He'll send it way deep up there. But Mohawk Valley will regain possession, trying to take it back in was Lucian Thompson. They'll send it back to the D-man, and a penalty will be coming for interference. And Lucian Thompson is looking to reason with the ref here. His reasoning will not mean a thing. He will go to the box. 2 minutes for interference. The question now remains, can the FM Hornets, who now have a power play for 2 minutes, can they make something happen here? They were able to last time against Liverpool after Nico Capriati took it off the face-off around the circle and found some Twine. In FM's, unfortunately, only goal of that game. But this is Mohawk Valley. You wonder what will happen against a different team. Well, they tried the same strategy. They went it to the side. But Mohawk Valley is able to get it out of the zone. And Chris Finger will stop that at the red line. Charlotte Lorraine dropping it for Jonas Osterley. He gets it off the goal there after a failed kick. Coming up the ice into the neutral zone, sending it over for Nico Capriati. They do dump it in. That will not be an icing. And Charlie Lorraine, after all of his efforts, he's unable to keep it in the zone there. As number 23, Nick DeRizo, coming back in the zone. Short-handed shot. Save made by Finger, and it goes behind him. Charlie Lorraine Looking over his options, sends it over for Joey Leveroni. Leveroni coming into the Mohawk Valley zone. He loses the puck, and Mohawk Valley will ice that down the length of the ice. And due to this being a penalty kill for them, there will be no icing call. Kevin Patnode leaving it for Jonas Osterley. Osterley picking his speed here, coming through the center. Makes a move again. Shot! Save made by Noah Narolis. One back to Kevin Patnode. Patnode sending it over for Lorraine. Lorraine making some moves. They'll shuffle a little. Osterley back to Lorraine. Lorraine shot. Save made by Narolis. It goes out for Osterley. Osterley takes a shot, but it's saved again. It'll go up the boards there for Charlie Lorraine. He'll take it back across. Coming in now. Shot. Save made by Narolis again. And Mohawk Valley will get that out of their own zone. But Gavin Patnode gloving it down, sending it over for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine back to Patnode. Patnode flips it up for Jonas Osterley. Osterley up for Joey Leveroni. Leveroni facing some pressure there. He sends it into the corner. And he's able to get it behind the net. As all three of the FM forwards are behind the goal line there. Patnode with it now. Shot! Save made by Narolis. And Mohawk Valley getting it off the boards there. Patnode's unable to get it in. And Jaden Lawrence coming down with it. Shot! And it goes way wide of the net. All the way up to the other point. Jonas Osterley will get that out of the zone. As Mohawk Valley is able to kill their penalty off. Getting it now is Mason Jacobs off the boards. Teddy Smart will send that the other direction. Connor McDonald now trying to dump it in there. It gets stopped by Mohawk Valley. They'll take it the other way. Up the boards now into the Hornets' end. Shoots it. Gloved down by Chris Finger. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. One to the side by the Hornets. Trying to get it out of their own zone here. Teddy Smart will go back in for it. Sending it over for Walker Thompson on the other side. But Mohawk Valley will send that back into the deep into the zone. Walker Thompson coming out with it. Trying to get it up for Michael LeDuc. He does get it there. And they get it out of the zone. Connor McDonald getting a hit put on him by number 3, Sean Graziano. But Lucas Cornish will handle it in the corner for Mohawk Valley. Sending it back for Teddy Smart of the Hornets. And Walker Thompson will dump it back into where it started. Lucas Cornish coming out with it now. Sending it over for Dalton Eisenhut. He sends it up for one of his fellow players there, but getting it in the center there. Losing his balance was Michael LeDuc. But the Jugglers will run out of time on that rush. And that'll do it for period 1 of hockey here at the Toyota Coliseum. The score is 1-0 at the end of 17 minutes. The FM Hornets are out shooting the Jugglers 9-6. But still, it's the Jugglers who have one up on the board. Well, don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a second period of action here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Don't touch that dial. We will be back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. We're here at the Toyota Coliseum at the great New York State Fair for period 2 of the Mohawk Valley Jugglers versus your FM Hornets. The current score is 1-0 in favor of Mohawk Valley after they were able to score a close-in shot 30 seconds into this game here. What we wonder now, can the Hornets claw it back? Can they have an answer for Mohawk Valley's goal? And I will remind you, earlier this year they did beat this Mohawk Valley team, and the Mohawk Valley Jugglers do not have a win to their name. So they will certainly be hungry for their first, and the Hornets will certainly be hungry to defeat them on home ice. But nonetheless, whatever happens, we're here on the Hornets Hockey Network bringing you all the action here at the Toyota Coliseum as we get set for the opening faceoff of period 2. The faceoff is won back by Mohawk Valley. They'll try to get it on the boards there. And number 20, Mason Jacobs, he'll send that deep into the Hornets' end. Teddy Smart will go to get it. He won't get it, unfortunately. Joey Leveroni coming in to help him. So does Jonas Oshley. Colton Ives sending it over for Leveroni. Leveroni coming up with speed. Shot. Saved by Noah Norellis. And it goes just over him. He's unable to cover it. He'll go into the corner. That's Colton Ives and number 26, Lucian Thompson, having some disagreements physically back there. But that will be an icing as it comes all the way back down behind the net of Chris Finger. .16:29 left to go in this second period. Face off to the right of Noah Norellis in Mohawk Valley zone as they win the face-off back. Getting it around the corner there. It goes to Colton Ives off the boards. Not sure if a stuck-out board caused that to happen, but nonetheless, Jaden Lawrence getting it off the boards there deep into the FM zone. Charlie Lorraine with it in the corner, trying to make some moves. He loses the puck. It almost goes towards the center. He'll get it back. And it goes up the boards, but Mohawk Valley will send that back in. Jonas Oshley will pick it up now, making some moves. Here's the top of the circles there. He sends it over for Colton Ives. He's unable to catch it. It will go off the boards into Mohawk Valley zone. Ives stopping it there. Leveroni unable to take a shot. Charlie Lorraine coming around with it, putting a shot on the backhand now. They both go wide. And Mohawk Valley will bring it into the neutral zone, courtesy of Alex Tellerico. But stopping it at the top of the circles is Charlie Lorraine. He'll come back up, sending it up for Leveroni. Leveroni tried to get it over for Ostley. It went off a skate, and that rush was defeated. He'll send it back over for Ostley in the middle. Ostley back to Leveroni. Leveroni's unable to get it after it went off a skate there. Brady Moore will send it up for Devin Patnode. He'll keep it in. Patnode with a shot. It goes wide. Capriotti coming off the bench here, sending it towards the center, and Noah Norellis will choose to cover it. Rather diving on top of it there, as multiple Hornets were swarming around it. .14:56 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Noah Norellis in the Mohawk Valley Jugglers zone. Face off one to the side by FM. Nico Capriotti faces some pressure on that wall there. And Mohawk Valley are able to get it just out of their zone. Walker Thompson trying to send it the other way. Jack Lele coming out with it. Sending it around the circle. Coming up into the zone. He gets tripped up. Capriotti coming back in, puts a backhand on. It's saved by Noah Norellis, and he will cover. Face off to the left of Noah Norellis. One to the side by Mohawk Valley. They'll work to get it out of their zone, and they do. Gavin Patnode with it along the blue line of the FM Hornets. He loses it. Thankfully, he's able to get it back out on the Hornets' end, but Mohawk Valley will regroup, and they will send it back the other way. Icing waved off due to a deflection. Gavin Patnode sending it over for Brady Moore. Brady Moore trying to get it off the boards there. Number 25, Trevor Chase. He had other ideas as he goes back into the Hornet zone. Gavin Patnode sending it up for Capriati. Capriati doesn't catch it. It'll go back to Patnode. He'll look over his options, sending it off the boards there, almost for Jack Lay, like it goes behind him. And Mohawk Valley, courtesy of Nick DeRizo, they'll come back into the Hornets' end here, putting a shot on, saved by Finger. Sending it back towards the center, but no shot will come off. It'll go out of the zone. As Nico Capriati doing his best to out-drag one of those Mohawk Valley players there. But coming back in is Logan Donito. He'll dump it in on goal. And Chris Finger will choose to cover for a stoppage of play. .13:23 left to go in this second period of play. 1-0 is the score in favor of Mohawk Valley. No score this period, though. Will that change in favor of the Hornets? We can hope. Not if Mohawk Valley has any other ideas. They try to get a shot on. Now for the point. Another shot blocked. It goes towards the center. And it goes into the corner. Wow. Right as I said that, Mohawk Valley were like, yes, please. But unfortunately, nothing will come to them this period so far. Charlotte Lorraine sending it up for Joey Lavaroni. He'll deflect it, but not late enough. That will be an icing. It'll go all the way back into the end of the FM Hornets. A little bit of an equipment malfunction there as Colton Ives comes to retrieve a net guard that was right in front of Chris Finger's crease in the slot there. Mohawk Valley winning that face-off into the corner, trying to get it towards the center. Charlie Lorraine will glove it down. Will Sandstone trying to help out now, sending it up for Connor McDonald. It's blocked by Mohawk Valley. They'll take it back in, but not if Michael LeDuc, I should say, has anything to say about it. He'll try to get it out of the zone, and so will the Hornets here. Teddy Smart with it now. Up for McDonald, and up for Will Sandstone. They'll get it out of the zone. And into the corner of the Mohawk Valley Juggler zone. Michael LeDuc coming around with it, but Mohawk Valley is able to get it out of the zone. Charlotte Lorraine with it now. Looking over his options, chooses to go the other way, and the other way again. Off the boards, up for Will Sandstone. It doesn't quite go to him. Instead, it goes to Connor McDonald. He'll take it in the end. Shot, and it goes wide. Will Sandstone getting pickpocketed there by Lucas Cornish. He'll send it off the boards. Keeping it in, though, is Walker Thompson. They'll put it back into the corner for Will Sandstone. Facing some pressure yet again from Lucas Cornish. He'll get it towards the center. Shot. Scores! Michael LeDuc has put it in the net. And the Hornets have evened the score. And a bit of controversy here at the end of the ice. That referee thought that net was off. And Noah Narola complaining about it. With his arms out. And the referees will deem that that is a good goal. And I couldn't agree more. Mohawk Valley winning it off the face-off. Goes back to the FMD. They'll take it up, courtesy of Gavin Patnode. Mohawk Valley now trying to get it off the boards there. But that will be an icing. It'll go to the other side of the ice. With 11:28 left to go in the second period, the score is even at 1. And the face-off is in the Mohawk Valley Jugglers' end. And Noah Narolis, understandably rather ticked off, I should say. Saw him slam his stick against the post there. That Mohawk Valley center got thrown out. Mohawk Valley coach is looking for some explanation here over by their bench. And he is understandably rather frustrated. But play will continue in the Mohawk Valley zone to the left of Noah Narolis. As FM went it to the side, Mohawk Valley trying to get it out of the zone there. Drew Fitz will send it towards the center, but Dimitri Sergeev is unable to do much with it as number 4, Aiden Tellerico, coming into the zone. Shot, it goes high and over the net. As Gavin Patton will come out with it, trying to send it over at least to Drew Fitz. It goes back for Walker Thompson. Fitz will now get it in as he gets the puck on the boards. Mohawk Valley trying to get it out there. Well, Gavin Patton, shot, scores! And Gavin Patton will find some twine himself. And the Hornets will go up 2-1, and Noah Narolis is pissed. My goodness, you should see the reaction of Noah Narolis. He is not the happiest man in the world by any means. Nonetheless, the Hornets will take the lead 2-1. Mohawk Valley getting a big hit put on. But number 23, Nick DeRizo coming in. Sends it to his D-man, D to D now. Looks to put it in the corner there. I was about to think that was a shot, but a rather weird shot. Now a shot comes, and it's covered by Chris Finger after he saved it off his pad. And with 10:31 left to go in the second period, the score is 2-1 to the FM Hornets. Face-off one back by the Hornets to Joey Lavaroni here. He'll try to get it up for Colton Ives, but it went right through his legs. Mohawk Valley trying to get it to the other way. Charlotte Lorraine getting it up for Colton Ives. Ives up for Osterley. He lets it go. Joey Lavaroni will go to chase it. Mohawk Valley trying to get it out of their own zone here. Joey Lavaroni loses it in the corner. And Lucian Thompson will send it way out of the zone. That will be an icing. And with just under 10 minutes to go, the Hornets have answered the Mohawk Valley Jugglers twofold. Face off one to the side by the Hornets, but Mohawk Valley will take it, getting it over to the other side here. Rushing it out of their own zone up the boards into the Hornets' end. Looking towards the center. Stopping behind the net. Coming back around the other side. But it is covered by Chris Finger. Face off one back to the side there by Mohawk Valley, right towards that net. They will put on some serious pressure here in their offensive zone. D-man shoots, and it's in the center there. And Chris Finger is able to cover it. After quite a few rebounds there. That shot from the point got deflected right down in front of his crease. But Mohawk Valley were unable to hammer it home. And with 9:31 left to go in the second, this faceoff here is won by the Hornets. Teddy Smart getting it over for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine off the boards. Up for Connor McDonald. He'll take it into the Mohawk Valley end. Shoots it. Save made by Naros. Sands shot. Save again. .9:17 left to go in the second period. Face off to the left of Noah Narolis. One back by the Hornets. Charlie Lorraine trying to take a backhand shot there. He is able to keep it in. Michael Leduc now sending it towards the center. Connor McDonald taking a shot. It goes off the post. Wow, that was a close one. Michael LeDuc sending it back for Teddy Smart, but all over that is Nick DeRizo. He'll come back into the Hornets' end, and putting a hit on there was Teddy Smart. He'll get it up the boards, and both of them exchanging blows here. Charlie Lorraine rather losing his balance there at the goal line. Picking it up, though, are the Hornets trying to get it the other way, but Mohawk Valley will send it back for Teddy Smart here. My, what a game we're having. As Connor McDonald fumbles it near the blue line, they are able to get it in. But Nick DeRizo sending it up the boards there. D-man shoots, and it's in the center still. But Mohawk Valley will come out with it off the boards. And putting a big hit on there was number 12, Logan Donetto. Understandably, these Mohawk Valley jugglers want to win, and they want it bad. Shot, it goes over the net. Patnode over for Lorraine. Lorraine coming up the boards there, gets a stick from number 4, Hayden Taylorico. He's able to dump it in, but Mohawk Valley will look to break it out, and quick. Sending it over for number 25, Trevor Dziecic. Coming around towards the center there, it's saved by Chris Finger. Right in his lap, as he was rather close to that goal line. Wow. .7:32 left to go in this second period of play. 2-1 is the score in favor of the FM Hornets. That face-off that was to the left of Fingers, won back by the Hornets. Golden Knives with it in the opposite corner. Sending it off the boards there, and they do get it out of the zone. Also, they will drop it there for Joey Leveroni. He faces some pressure from number 26, Lucian Thompson. Mohawk Valley will get it out of their own zone. Kevin Patno trying to send it up for Osterley. The icing is waved off as Mohawk Valley trying to get it up the boards. Osterley with it now on those boards. He loses it. Mohawk Valley will send it up, but Gavin Patnode will keep it in for the Hornets. On the boards, there's Mohawk Valley getting it out of the zone there. Gavin Patnode stepping it up. And the Hornets will regain possession, sending it over for Leveroni. Leveroni bobbled that puck there. It'll go down, and that will be an icing. Going down to the end of the Mohawk Valley Jugglers. And Chris Finger firing that puck down to the far referee, giving the near ref a little bit of a break. Nonetheless, neither of these two teams will have a break as Mohawk Valley win it forward, and out of their own zone, they get it off the boards. But that will be an icing as none of their team touched it, and it went behind the skates of Alex Tellerico. It'll go back all the way to where it started, to the right of Noah Arolis. FM winning the faceoff forward. Mohawk Valley getting it to the other side and out of the zone here. But that will be too far yet again. And that will be icing number 3. And we'll try it from the other side this time. This time to the left of Noah Arolis. Mohawk Valley winning it to the side. They'll try to get it out of their own zone. And they do just barely. Nico Capriati going for it. And so does Brady Moore, the animal that he is, putting a big hit on. As Nico Capriati taking it into the zone. They'll get it towards Brady Moore. Brady Moore shoots and it goes just wide. As Nick Sergeev is able to keep it in. And he's not able to keep it in a second time as Mohawk Valley will rush it up the other way. But pickpocketing it there is Jack Lalick coming into the Mohawk Valley end, making some moves. Sending it towards the center, but no shot will come off as Mohawk Valley regain possession and send it down the other way. But that will be icing yet again. .6:05 left to go in this second period. 2-1 is the score in favor of the FM Hornets. Face off to the right of Noah Arolis. There's one to the side by the Hornets. Michael Leduc going behind the goal line there to help out with it. But Mohawk Valley will come out with it. And Lucas Corners will get it off the glass and out of the zone there. It's knocked to the side by Chris Finger as it came toward his net. And what Will Sanzone getting it up for Connor McDonald. McDonald will take a shot, and it's knocked away by Noah Narolis. Goes back for Michael Leduc. Leduc will try to go get it, but instead Nick DeRizo getting it off the glass there. And that will go out of play. As the lack of netting here is unable to keep it within the rink. .5:31 left to go in the second period. Face off to the left of Noah Narolis. 2-1 is the score. Face off one forward by Mohawk Valley. They get it out of their zone again. This time, not too far. That will not be an icing again. Will Sanzone coming up the boards with it. Getting it over for Michael Leduc. Leduc gets it in there, but a big hit put on by Lucian Thompson. Michael Leduc with it, sending it high there. It'll go into the corner. And Lucian Thompson will go to the box for elbowing with that big hit on Michael Leduc. No, sir, you cannot do that. That is a not safe hit. And as such, you will serve 2 minutes in that penalty box. And the Hornets will get a man advantage as they go on the power play. Face off to the right of Noah Narolis. Mohawk Valley winning it to the side, not getting it out of the zone though, but getting it out of the zone themselves, the Hornets defense here. Jonas Osterley with it, making some moves in the neutral zone, coming back into the Mohawk Valley end, trying to set it up there on the boards. Yavin Patnode with it on the point. Back for Osterley. Osterley looking over his options, back to Patnode. Patnode over to Lorraine. Lorraine protecting that puck here. They'll shuffle a bit. Lorraine looking back for Osterley. Osterley back to Lorraine. Lorraine walking in, off to Osterley. Osterley shoots, save made by Narolis. It'll go back to Patnode. He will keep it in. Sending it back over for Charlie Lorraine. And they will try it all again. Over to Osterley. Osterley back to Lorraine. Lorraine picks a shot and it goes wide, but it's still there right by the corner of the net. Jonas Osterley sending it over for Gavin Patnode. Patnode back to Osterley, this time behind the net. Looking to make a fancy goal there. He's unable to get it up onto his stick. It'll go back to Charlie Lorraine, back to Osterley. Lorraine, Osterley doesn't take a shot though. Mohawk Valley will get it out of the zone with 40 seconds left to go in that penalty. The Hornets will have yet again another rush. Jonas Osterley coming up the boards with it, now with speed, rather effortlessly makes a move towards the center there, but nobody's able to capitalize on it. Mohawk Valley trying to get it out of the zone there, but Leveroni gloves it down, sending it back for Osterley. Osterley over to Patnode. Patnode over to Lorraine. Lorraine over to Osterley. Osterley back to Patnode. Patnode, Lorraine. Lorraine tried to take a shot there, but it went off the stick of number 19, Jaden Lawrence. And that will be an expired penalty. Mohawk Valley will kill it off. As Charlie Lorraine looks to make another rush happen here. Choosing his lanes wisely here. Getting it over for Will Sanzone. Sanzone across for McDonald. McDonald with his shot, and it's turned away by Narolis. Joey Leveroni sending it back in for McDonald. McDonald making some moves in the corner. The Mohawk Valley will regain possession on the boards there. But keeping it in is Gavin Patnode as Joey Leveroni tried to come in towards the net there. But it's still on the boards. Mohawk Valley getting it off the glass and out of their own end. But Walker Thompson will get it back the other way for the Hornets. Off the boards hard and dumps it in. He will go chase it himself along with Connor McDonald. McDonald losing that puck there as Nick Matza is able to get it over for the corner, but keeping it in is Teddy Smart. And Connor McDonald will come out with it. Sorry, that's Michael Leduc. Walker Thompson now with a shot, and it's covered by Noah Narolis with 1:56 left to go in the second. Face off to the left of Noah Narolis in the Mohawk Valley zone. Face off one back by the Hornets. Michael Leduc trying to get it over for Teddy Smart there. But number 25, Trevor Dezidich, coming in. Shot, save, made by Finger. Coming back, another shot and another save. It'll go into the corner. As Mohawk Valley trying to get all the shots that they can while they're in the FM Hornets zone. Teddy Smart with it behind the net, facing some pressure from number 16, Nick Matza. It'll come out towards the top of the circles. And two arms are up, I believe, for the save penalty. And yes, that will be a hooking. And that will be on number 8, Connor McDonald for the FM Hornets. And for 2 minutes here, the Hornets will be on the penalty kill due to that penalty from Connor McDonald for hooking. Face off one back by Mohawk Valley. D-man shoots. It's save made by Chris Finger. Face off one to the side by Mohawk Valley. Losing his balance there was Kevin Patnode. Mohawk Valley coming in. Shot. Save made by Finger. And a penalty will be coming again on Mohawk Valley this time. And number 12, Logan DeNitto, I believe. Yes, sir. He will be going to the rocks for some hooking. And for 1 minute and 43 seconds, we will have 4-on-4 action. And with the face-off in the Mohawk Valley zone, you wonder what these 4 Hornets can make happen. Winning it back, there was Jonas Oshley for the Hornets. Oshley with it on the boards, trying to make some moves, but Mohawk Valley will get it out to Jaden Lawrence, coming back down. Shot, scores. With 55.2 seconds left to go in the second period, Mohawk Valley have tied the score. But due to it being 4-on-4, neither of the penalties will come out. Mohawk Valley winning it forward. Jaden Lawrence trying again there, but this time Nick DeRizo coming in with it on the boards. Coming back to Jaden Lawrence. Coming back in. Turns around, get it over to DeRizo. DeRizo. Across, shot, save made by Finger. Goes back to DeRizo on the point. He'll come across, send it over to his other D-man. The D-man will send it into the corner. Teddy Smart in there for it. Coming out towards the center, but no shot will come off. It'll go behind the net. Mohawk Valley swords the net again. Teddy Smart sending it over for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine slowly running out of room here. Send it up for Joey Lavaroni. He'll speed around, trying to make some moves, but he's thwarted there by the Mohawk Valley jugglers. Charlie Lorraine with a shot, and it goes off the outside of the net towards the center again, but they will run out of time this period. And at the end of 2, the score is tied 2-2. And for the next 36 seconds in the third period, we will have 4-on-4 action And then the Hornets will be on the power play for a further about 17 seconds. But don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back with third period of action here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. We're here at the Toyota Coliseum at the Great New York State Fair for Period 3 of the Mohawk Valley Jugglers versus your FM Hornets. The score is currently tied at 2. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, earlier this year, the FM Hornets were able to beat out the Mohawk Valley Jugglers 4-2, and at no point during that game were they tied, and at no point during that game did the Mohawk Valley Jugglers have the lead. They did have the lead for the first period. But now we have entered period number 3. What will it bring us? We'll find out here on the Hornets Hockey Network. And now there remains only 17 minutes left in this game. And we start this period 4-on-4 for 36 seconds. And then for 17 seconds after that, the FM Hornets will have a power play. What can they make of it? As Mohawk Valley wins the opening faceoff here, and they'll try to get it into the Hornets' end. They do, but Charlotte Lorraine has it, sending it up for Joey Leveroni, and he's off and running there. But got held up by some of the Mohawk Valley players at that blue line. Charlotte Lorraine with it, back in the corner, sending it over for Patnode. Patnode facing some pressure there from Sean Graziano. And Jonas Osterley will come over to the boards to help. He'll send it over for Lorraine. Lorraine getting it off the side of the goal there. He gets it back for Osterley. Osterley up to Patnode. Patnode will catch it, coming up the boards. Into the Mohawk Valley end, sending it over for Joey Leveroni. Patnode back to the center. It's in the hand of Charlie Lorraine. He shoots and it's saved by Neurolis. And it is even now. As Jonas Osterley sending it across, Nico Capriati is unable to get his stick on it. And Mohawk Valley will take it the other way. But it'll go to the stick of Charlie Lorraine. He stops behind the goal, going the other way, sending it up for Joey Leveroni there. It gets blocked. It'll stay in the Hornets' end. Getting it over for Nico Capriati now, making a move. He's able to get it around there, but he doesn't get it far into the Mohawk Valley zone. They'll get it into the Hornets' end. Shooting it. Save made by Finger. Jonas Osterley getting it off the boards there. Mohawk Valley keeping it in, courtesy of number 24, Jacob Pacello. Pacello keeping it in again, taking it into the corner. And coming towards the net there where Chris Finger is able to cover it for a stoppage of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger and the Hornets' end. One to the side there by the Hornets. Hornets trying to get it up and out of their zone there, but Mohawk Valley possessing it behind the net here. But it's broken up by Teddy Smart in the corner. He'll send it to the other one. Walker Thompson will go to Chase, but so will Luke Williams. He'll send it back behind the goal there. Teddy Smart getting it off the boards. Connor McDonald coming down for it. He's unable to do much with it. As Mohawk Valley coming back in, trying to get a shot off. They do. Save made by Finger, and he covers it as he picks it right out of the feet of the traffic there. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. 14:44 left to go in this third period. Face off one back for the Hornets. Jonas Osterley getting off the boards. Joey Leveroni tipping it up. But that will be an icing as it went just too far. It'll go back into the end of the Hornets, this time to the left of Chris Finger. Number 16 there, Nick Matza, directing traffic for Mohawk Valley just before the faceoff here. And that faceoff is won by the FM Hornets. Teddy Smart getting it around for Walker Thompson there, but picking it up is Trevor Chase. Walker Thompson coming up the boards with it, but Jonas Osterley will take it up himself, coming through the middle, making some moves, tries to go to the side there, but it's thwarted by Mohawk Valley. He will get it back. Dancing across the red line now, getting it up for Joey Leveroni. Leveroni trying to make some moves. He's thwarted by number 20, Mason Jacobs. Osterley with it now. Sending it back over for Colton Ives. Ives does not catch it. It'll go to the boards. And Mohawk Valley, courtesy of Nick Matza, they'll try to get it out of the zone here. Going over to Mason Jacobs. He takes it up the boards and sends it into the FM zone. And that icing is waved off due to a deflection. Teddy Smart coming out with it. Looking over his option. He ran out of room there. It's still in the end of the Hornets, but Mohawk Valley sending it back in after it came out for just a few seconds. Teddy Smart sending it over for Colton Ives. He loses it in his own feet. Making some moves there around Jaden Lawrence. He sends it over for Jonas Osterley. Osterley sending it on net. Norollis putting it to the side. Jonas Osterley with it in the neutral zone, sending it over for Brady Moore. Moore does not catch it. Instead, Mason Jacobs will catch it, sending it over to his fellow player, and they'll send it up the length of the ice. And the refs will deem that no icing due to deflection yet again. Faces some pressure in the corner there was Charlie Lorraine. Getting it up for Brady Moore. He will dump it in the zone and go chase it himself. Around the boards there, but number 23, Nick DeRizo, he falls down, and taking a shot there was Brady Moore. He went wide, though, and Mohawk Valley will get it out of the zone. But just too far there. That'll be an icing yet again, as Chris Finger tried to get it down the length of the ice to the other ref. But in the way was the skate of Nick Sergeev. The Hornets will change their forwards. Going in is Lucas Latov to take the faceoff, and coming off of it was Dimitri Sergeev with a quick shot, but it was denied by Noah Norollis, rather quick as well. Face-off. One forward by Mohawk Valley, but keeping it in there is Walker Thompson. Keeping it again is Walker Thompson. Mohawk Valley trying to get it out. They do. And it'll go into the zone of the Hornets, deep down into the corner. Gavin Patnow sending it up the boards for Lucas Latov. He'll get it off the boards himself, trying to get it up for Drew Fitz. But the Mohawk Valley Jugglers will put it back the other way. Patnow with it now, sending it over for Latov. Patnow with it now. Sending it up there for Dimitri Sergeev. He'll send it over for Drew Fitz, and they will get it into Mohawk Valley's zone. However, Lucas Cornish with it now. Getting it on the boards on the other side. Number 24, Jacob Pacello, goes back to Cornish. Taking a shot there is Gavin Patnow, but Noah Norollis will catch it again. With 11:41 left to go in this third period. The score is still tied at 2. The face-off is in the end of Mohawk Valley. Winning it forward is Mohawk Valley. Teddy Smart, though, keeping it in for the Hornets. McDonald taking a shot, but it's turned away by Noah Norollis. Mohawk Valley breaking it out there. Coming up the boards is number 16, Nick Matza. He'll put it into the other corner, rimming it around there. Up the boards to the point man. Point man puts it back down towards the boards. They'll send it across into the center. And they're able to get a shot off, but it goes wide of the net. Point man will get it, and you will put it back into the corner. Source the center there. Teddy Smart will get it on his stick. And a big hit there from Trevor Dezidich. As Charlie Lorraine will come out of the zone with it. Dezidich looking for another hit. Put some stick action on the stick of Charlie Lorraine. Will Sanzone trying to get it around there. They'll send it up for the defense of the Hornets, and they will regroup in the neutral zone. Sending it over for Michael Leduc. Leduc over for Sanzone. Sanzone getting a bit of pressure put on him by Lucian Thompson. And it'll go back to the stick of Charlie Lorraine coming up the boards. He tried to fake it out there, sending it over for Michael Leduc. I believe he was trying to get a change there, as he's been on this ice for a bit of a time now. And yes, he will look for a change. And he will deny entry for Mohawk Valley into the zone as he goes onto the bench. Golden Knives getting a hit put on him there by Logan Donito. But it goes back into Mohawk Valley's zone. They'll send it to the other side where there's much more room. And they try to get it off the glass. But that is just a bit too high. It'll go out of play into the bleachers. And with exactly 10 minutes left to go in this third period, the score is still tied at 2. That first line of the Hornets is out on that ice. Gavin Patno putting a shot on it. Went through some legs, but not enough. It'll go to the goal there, and it's not in. Goes to Jonas Oshley. Goes towards the middle there. And still chaos ensuing as Gavin Patno keeps it in. But Mohawk Valley will get it out. Going to Jaden Lawrence now. Coming into the corner. Sends it up to the point man. Point man shoots. And it's saved by Finger. They'll go back out to the point man. Point man shoots again, and it's blocked by the legs of Golden Ives. Ives sending it over for Ostley. Ostley coming into the end of the Mohawk Valley. Shoots it. Scores! And Jonas Ostley has broken the tie. The Hornets are up 3-2. And with 9:22 left to go in the third, the Hornets have retaken the lead for the second time this game. Winning it back is Mohawk Valley, and sure, they will be fired up here. They are so close to winning their first of the season. But how close can they get as it goes back into their zone? Brady Moore going in to put some pressure on Lucas Cornish there. So does Nick Sergeev. Jack Lalick getting it up for Lorraine. Lorraine shooting, and it's saved by Noah Narolis right in his lap. Face off to the left of Noah Narolis. Mohawk Valley will win it forward, but Charlotte Lorraine takes another shot. It's turned away yet again by Noah Narolis. Mohawk Valley looking to get it out of their own zone there, but it's thwarted by Jack Lalick. They're unable to keep it in the zone for long before Mohawk Valley taking it out and into the Hornets' end. Jack Lalick going into the corner for it now, sends it around for Brady Moore on the boards. They'll try to chip it out, but it goes ever deeper. They'll go up to the point man and then out of the zone. As Mohawk Valley trying to send it back in. It'll go to the stick of Charlotte Lorraine. Over to Brady Moore out of the zone. And he gets it up towards the center. As him and Nico Capriati going to put some pressure on. But Jack Lalick just wasn't in time. And with 8:11 left to go in this third period, the face-off will be right in front of the Mohawk Valley Jugglers bench. Tied up there by Mohawk Valley and the Hornets. Walker Thompson facing some pressure from Trevor Dezidich. Coming back in, shot, saved by Finger, and he almost put it in! Oh, wow! Lucky break for Chris Finger, as he's able to put a hand on it behind him. His blocker hand, no less, with a stick in it. Wow, how did that not go in? Oh my goodness, you could hear the panic in my voice. Wow. and the Hornets still have the lead as Mohawk Valley sending it into the Hornets' corner. Coming out with it, Sean Graziano sending it towards the boards, and it's saved by Chris Finger again. Kevin Patnode coming around with it, gets around Trevor Dezidich. Coming up the boards, it's thwarted there and stopped by Nick Matza. The Hornets will get it into the Mohawk Valley zone, though. Mohawk Valley sending it into the other corner where there's much more room and many less Hornets. Tried to get it up there for Sean Graziano, and that will be an icing. And that stretch pass just didn't work that time. And instead, it will come back into the zone of the Mohawk Valley Jugglers. Face off one back by the Hornets. Kept in by Charlotte O'Ray, but it went off the leg of a juggler there. And he is down near his bench. Charlotte O'Ray with it now, facing some pressure from Logan DeNitto. Coming off the boards, facing some pressure from Nick DeRiso this time. Sending it around for Colton Ives. Ives in the corner, facing some pressure. Teddy Smart will instead take it. He gets it over for Charlotte Arraid, who gets it off the boards. The point man, though, getting knocked away by Joey Lavaroni. He's off and running, coming into the zone, and he's unable to get his shot off. And that net is way off at the end there. The ref goes and fixes it quickly before he has to stop play. But here comes Jonas Osterley coming through the zone here. Gets it in the corner. Trying to get it out for Joey Lavaroni. But coming out of the zone is Nick DeRiso. Coming up the boards. Shot. And it goes over the net. Nick DeRiso back to the point man. Point man shoots. It goes wide again. And Jonas Osterley will get it way around there. And Mohawk Valley are unable to keep it in the zone. They will put it D to D and try to regroup in their own end. Drew Fitz there putting on some pressure just off the bench. Mohawk Valley, though, getting it out of the zone, but it goes to Gavin Patnode. Patnode getting it up for Jonas Osterley. Osterley chose not to get it. Instead, he will go to the bench for a change. And Drew Fitz putting on some pressure there as Mohawk Valley are able to get it out of the zone, but Drew Fitz sending it right back in. It'll go behind the net of Noah Narolis. And Mohawk Valley will get it out of their zone again, but it's almost a 2-on-1 here. If Mohawk Valley was just able to possess it. But no, they will not this time. Instead, it will be an icing. After the Hornets are able to get it out of their zone, but at a cost. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. Face off one back by the Hornets. Charlotte Rain going to get it, but instead Alex Tellerico will put his stick on it. But coming out of the zone here are the Hornets, and a big hit put on by Jacob Pacello. Coming in, though, is Lilik with the puck still. After getting some pressure put on him, Teddy Smart almost caught that. But Mohawk Valley will get it out of the zone here, courtesy of Jacob Pacello. But that'll be too far, and an icing once again as Chris Finger putting it down the length of the ice. Face off one back by the Hornets. Jack Lalick with it now, facing some pressure. It goes high. And the Hornets are unable to glove that down. Nor are they able to keep it in the zone, but Mohawk Valley will instead regroup in their own end. Sending it off the boards, getting it into the Hornets' end. And Charlotte Lorraine will be forced to chase that. Getting some pressure put on him by Alex Pacello, or Jacob Pacello, I should say. Coming off the boards. Mohawk Valley with it now, trying to get it towards the center there, but Brady Moore not quite able to get it out of the zone. But Charlotte Lorraine is, and it's off the skate of somebody coming off the Mohawk Valley bench. That would have been an icing had he not interfered with it with his skate. Jack Lalick with it. Keeping it in there is Walker Thompson. It gets over for Patnode. Patnode shot, and it goes wide after a deflection. He sends it back towards the center, Nico Capriati. And Colton Ives will work with it around the hash marks, taking it into the corner. The Mohawk Valley will get it in the center. It's not a hit put on by Jonas Osterley. He sends it back to Patnode. Patnode shot, save made, and a rebound, and it goes wide. Jonas Osterley coming back around, but it's thwarted by Mohawk Valley. They will get it out of the zone, and Osterley will be forced to chase as Alex Tillerico puts some pressure on him. It goes back to Nick DeRizo, and DeRizo going in against Patnode. Patnode getting it off the boards, but the point man will keep that in for Mohawk Valley. Not if Joey Leveroni has anything to say about it. He'll put some pressure on. But Mohawk Valley, nonetheless, will keep it in the zone. Nick DeRizo taking a shot, but it goes wide. Lucas Cornish taking a shot, save made by Finger. He puts it behind him. And Gavin Patnode will get that puck coming out of the corner, getting it up for Joey Leveroni. He's off with speed again, getting it around Cornish. Lincoln a shot, and it's saved by Noah Narolis. And with 2:49 left to go in this third period, these Mohawk Valley Jugglers will be ever fired up to put one on the board as Charlotte Array takes a shot himself, and the rebound was almost capitalized by Connor McDonald. But Mohawk Valley will get it out, courtesy of Nick DeRizo, coming in, drops it, and he's unable to make a pass as Michael LeDuc puts a hit on. Teddy Smart getting it off the boards, but Mohawk Valley keeping it in. Charlotte Array with it now, choosing to go the other way. Nick DeRizo, he uses the ref there. That's a bit of a pylon to get around, but it's not to much effect. It's still in the zone there. FM are able to get it out. When it goes to Lucian Thompson, he'll send it over for Mason Jacobs. Jacobs with a shot. It goes wide. DeRizo in the corner. Sends it up to the point man. Point man shoots, and it's saved and turned away by Finger. DeRizo with it. Getting it off the back of the net there. And Connor McDonald's almost able to knock that out of the zone. Mohawk Valley taking another shot. It's deflected towards the corner. And Charlotte Lorraine will get it up for Michael LeDuc, who will get it out of the zone with 1:30 left to go in this third period. Lucian Thompson sending it over for Mason Jacobs. Jacobs up for Jaden Lawrence. Lawrence not with a shot. He shoots again, but it goes wide. Sean Graziano fighting with Kevin Patnode in the corner. And Will Sanzone is able to get it up for Connor McDonald. They'll get it out of the zone, but FM has to change quick because here comes Mohawk Valley. Dropping it a couple times there. They're unable to get a clean shot off. It's still in the middle there, and it goes out to the corner. With less than a minute left to go, Mohawk Valley's unable to keep it in the zone. And Nick Matza will have to chase that. The net is empty. And Mohawk Valley has an extra attacker as FM is almost able to get possession of that in Mohawk Valley zone. 35 seconds left to go on the clock. Brady Moore with it on the corner. On the boards there, helped out by Nico Capriati. Jack Lalick now coming in to help. And they are keeping it on the boards there. They want to waste some time. But here comes Mohawk Valley for one more rush. Coming up the side. Trevor Dezidich with it. It's stopped by the Hornets, and Brady Moore getting it off the other side. The pointman keeps it in with 7 seconds left to go. They keep it in again and again. Kennedy Smart is getting it up for Nico Capriati. Capriati fires it down, but they will run out of time. Mohawk Valley. And the Hornets escape with victory by the skin of their teeth. And today will not be number one for Mohawk Valley. No, it will be the Hornets' first victory since going up against Watertown IHC, which seems about forever ago. Keep in mind, this is only the Hornets' 5th win, so it's not like they were a big force in this league. But nonetheless, they will come out with victory 3-2 over the Mohawk Valley Jugglers. And my, those last few minutes were tense. Oh, boy. And the FM Hornets will go home with the victory here from the Toyota Coliseum at the New York State Fairgrounds. And Mohawk Valley, they'll have to wait another day for a victory. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It was certainly an exciting game. I had fun up here, and we hope you enjoyed it at home. But that'll be it tonight for us here at the Hornets Hockey Network. We will be signing off and bidding you adieu from the Toyota Coliseum. Final score, 3-2, FM Hornets win. Thank you, everybody, for watching.